collection for Sharon, Mr. Bird. She's leaving to have a baby. They're interviewing her replacement this afternoon. Here's a copy of the interview list for you. 50p?
As far as I can recall, Sharon's sole contribution to office efficiency was in the occasional provision of chocolate cake, most of which she devoured herself. Let's hope the next one will be a little more industrious.
So anyway, all being well, he'll soon be with his grandson in Spain.
Good.
That's Alf Burbage, though. He's always so positive. And I think it's great now he's being picked to play for Real Madrid, don't you think?
Yeah, it's very good. Who has?
Alf Burnage.
What?
What exactly are you doing?
Well, actually, I'm going through the drug prescribing data, and according to the figures for the last quarter, we've got a forecast of a very slight overspend for the end of the year.
A very slight, well, that's not so bad.
Yes, that is bad. That is very bad, because we have the auditor coming today for the QOF.
The what?
Quality Outcome Framework. But honestly, if we don't hit our targets, we lose points. And you can trust me that Chief Auditor is going to look at the slightest little thing.
We might not.
Oh, he will. He will. You don't know Eric Bird. Anyway, he's got it in for me.
¿Puede llamar a un médico, por favor?
¿Puede llamar a un médico, por favor?
¿Puede llamar a un médico, por favor?
No me siento bien, señor.
Necesito un taxi para ir al aeropuerto. Necesito un taxi para ir al aeropuerto. Necesito un taxi para ir al aeropuerto.
I wish to protest in the strongest terms. Strongest possible terms. Barbara Cross. Oh, St. Philomena's. Well, this is indeed fortunate. I was just writing to you. I suppose you are aware that I have been waiting for my... What? Are you sure? My operation? When? Yes. Yes, of course, I'll be ready. Oh, thank you very much.
I'm sorry. You went to see a doctor?
I was supposed to be given a room in which to work.
Oh, you've come to the QF audit.
I have.
Well, I'm sure Mrs. McGuire will be able to sort you out. Julia, someone here to see you.
Julia. Nice to see you again.
You too, Mr. Bird.
Please. Eric.
Dr. Romerson is away, so you can use his room.
You're ready for me, I assume?
Of course.
Ah, at last. If you take this, I'll be there in a moment. You have all the paperwork?
Right here. Oh, they're useful, aren't they? I've got one of these for the coffee money.
And I'll need to select a sample of patient records.
Do you? Why?
Why? Because I'm checking data. Isn't that obvious?
Well, I just don't think you'd be allowed there.
I'll be signing the confidentiality agreement. Where's the difficulty? In fact, if you could take those through for me, I must fetch my case from the car.
Oh, sorry. He's right, you know. The minute they sign the confidentiality document, they can look what they like.
Well, I thought I'd better make sure.
What's the matter with me today? I can't find anything.
But I know Eric, he's got under your skin.
Have you seen the morning after pill prescribing protocol?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Thank you.
It might help if you inform your staff that I can't get on unless they cooperate. That one saw fit to interrogate my simplest request.
Donna was just being cautious.
Well, I hope things improve from now on. I'd really rather not file a damning report on this place, Julia. And have you found a morning after pill prescribing protocol?
I'll be with you in 10 minutes.
You've made tremendous progress, Anisha.
I've done quite well, yes.
Quite well. 6 months ago, you'd barely walk outside the house.
I know.
Your confidence was rock bottom. You weren't eating or sleeping properly. Now look at you.
It's a funny thing about depression, though. It's like it's gone away, but not far. Like it's waiting in another room.
You don't have to invite it back in. You can stay in contact with your counsellor.
Yeah.
And me, if it helps.
Oh, it will help, Dr. West. You were always prepared to listen about Dad and everything.
Of course. Hey, you just remember, you achieved this.
As a matter of fact, there is something I'd like to talk about. I have to make a decision, see? By tomorrow.
Same conditions, same degree, almost the same age.
The only difference being...
Ralph is lovely, whereas Barbara is Cruella de Vil's evil twin.
Not that that makes any difference to the treatment she gets.
No, it doesn't. I'm nauseatingly polite. Are you seeing after today?
Yes, I think you need some reassurance about the operation. What about Barbara?
Oh, she's probably up at St. Phil's haranguing the consultant. Show me your list. I demand to see your list.
Is this doctors only, or can the actual patients get a look in?
It's not really a medical problem, and maybe I shouldn't ask.
Hey, just tell me.
I applied for a job.
This is great.
I didn't think I'd hear anything, but I got an interview tomorrow. That's what the suit's for, to get in some practice.
This is fantastic. Such progress.
It's just office work,
Great things happen in offices.
and I probably won't get it, but you think I should go?
Absolutely. Of course. Tomorrow, you say? This is today.
Today?
Yeah, they want to see you this afternoon, 4:30.
If you're short of things to do...
Not really. Got plenty on, thanks.
I don't feel ready. I was geared up for tomorrow.
You look great. Just go in and talk to them. What have you got to lose?
Nothing, I suppose.
So promise me you'll go.
I'll give it a try.
Okay. Bye.
Those will do nicely. Unless you still have objections.
No, Mr. Bird. We did just have to check the official position on this one, though.
And what did we find? That I was right all along? Fancy that.
We do need the confidentiality document signed first, of course.
Naturally.
Right, thank you.
What's happened, Alf?
I burnt it on an iron.
All right, let's take a look.
No, it really doesn't matter. I talked to my grandson on the telephone last night, Dr. Clay. You know, the sort of funny gurgling sounds that kids make. And you know, I've got my tickets for Spain. I just wanted to check, can I still go?
Yeah, once the hospital sorted you out, it's not safe otherwise.
Yes, I thought so.
But after the operation with
Well,
the...
they're not going to operate.
What?
I got this morning.
What?
Well, it seems that there's a far more pressing case. I've been postponed.
I'm so sorry, Alf.
Well, I thought I was a pressing case. I thought you said I was.
I thought you'd be pleased. Of course, they wouldn't be operating if I hadn't spoken up for myself.
I'm not sure that...
I noticed nobody else was. But that's what you have to do, Dr. Woodson. Make your views heard, loud and clear.
I'm not sure that St. Phil's...
Otherwise, you get trampled on. And I don't intend to let that happen to me.
I take it she got her operation then.
Yes, and she thinks it's through her complaining.
But that's not how it works across the old bat.
Really?
Of course, I had to push for it. But that's only to be expected these days.
Oh, it's great news, Barbara.
Maybe I could give you a few tips on how to get what you want through effective complaining.
I wouldn't say no. Just to let you know, surgery's going to be closed in about 2.
Yes, thank you. I've brought my own lunch.
Hey, you still here?
I've been thinking, how can I get the date wrong when this is so important to me?
I do that all the time.
Not the wisest place for a rendezvous, I would have thought.
Sorry, this isn't your problem.
What is it?
The letter. Something else is the matter.
Come on, tell me about it.
Oh, are you on your own?
Yeah, why?
Just don't want to get stuck with Mr. Calculator. Not interrupting anything, am I?
No, I was just wondering what to do about Alf Burnage. They've cancelled his op, and I sort of led him to believe that it was odds on.
Jimmy.
Yeah, he's really cut up about it.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it now. Jimmy, you can't. Look, I know you probably feel guilty about letting Alf down.
Yeah, I do.
But you can't interfere.
Then he doesn't get to see his grandson. Great.
You can relax. Bird's gone out to lunch.
Oh, thank goodness. Are you still keeping him sweet?
Well, he's had everything he's asked for.
Not everything, I hope.
I'm still not sure about these patient notes, though. I mean, I just saw him going through them, and he looked... I don't know.
What?
Well, like, shifty, somehow.
Shifty?
I think he was reading stuff about the patients, nothing to do with quality outcome framework.
Do you think?
Do you think you should maybe have a word?
I can't do that, Don. I'm not just on suspicion.
But what if I'm right?
Yeah, OK, well, we'd better keep a very careful eye on him.
I feel silly even mentioning it.
You haven't mentioned anything yet. Come on, it can't be that bad.
I want references.
They usually do. It's an interview.
Yeah, but now I've noticed it says 2 references.
And?
I've only got one, and the interview's at 4:30.
So what's the problem?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm not really ready for all this.
Says you. Only you. They need a second reference. So, what do you want to do? Dictate it, or shall I make something up?
I mean, he's got eyes like a ferret. You can't help wondering, what good will it do him though, knowing about patients?
Who does?
Oh, that Eric, what's his name? Bird.
The auditor?
Anyway,
Could always look him in the eye and ask him.
look him in the eye. No, thank you.
Or get someone to pull rank on him. I've got friends in high places. I could exert some pressure if you like.
So, Michelle reckons we should just face up to Eric.
Michelle, you haven't told her.
Well, what is this?
That's just great. You know, you suspect somebody of making use of highly confidential documents, and then you go and tell everybody about it.
What documents?
Patient records.
What?
Well, they are entitled to see them. It's just...
I think he's taking too much of an interest.
Well, then Michelle's right. You challenge him.
Well, it's not that simple. He's got it in for us.
Got it in for us, why?
Because he asked me out for a drink once.
No.
Oh, he's not that bad.
Yes, he is. It's like being propositioned by a slide rule.
Well, you did say no.
Well, I think I was a bit more blunt than that. Anyway, ever since he's been trying to get his own back, so I can't just go around making false accusations.
Well, what if they're not false?
Everything okay, Alf?
Repeat prescription. My mind was on other things I forgot to ask.
I could do it now if you like.
There's no rush. It's not going to make much difference now, is it?
What's this, you've been buying some books?
Giving them away. I'm taking them to Oxfam. Well, I don't need them anymore.
Well, don't give up hope, Alf.
I was looking forward to seeing my grandson for the first time. Now, I can't. It could be months before I get another chance at that operation. I might not last that long.
Well, there's always hope. You never know. You might still get to Spain.
Oh, you've got to be realistic, Dr. Clay.
Yeah, of course we do. Let me ask you a few questions. If I learn anything, I'll let you know, okay? Hang on to these, though, just in case.
You wanted something?
You've got everything you need, have you?
Yes, thank you. Was that it?
There is some more coffee, if you would like. Oh, have you finished with those files? I can take them for you.
Please do.
You've, got all the information you need, have you?
Yes, thank you. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason, except, of course, I'm sure you know they are very confidential.
You're wondering if I took advantage of that. Is that it?
No.
As it happens, I did.
No, I wouldn't suggest that you... What?
I happened to notice a name I knew. Anisha Chowdhury.
Mr. Bird, you have signed a document.
It's on this applicant list. She's applied for a job with us. Thank goodness I found it in time.
What do you mean by that?
The girl's had trouble with depression. She wouldn't be at all appropriate, so I can at least warn people.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
Well, I know what you mean, Julia, but actually I can. And there's not a thing you can do about it, is there?
I know I'm early. I hope that's all right.
Oh, yes.
I thought I could get used to the atmosphere.
Yeah, I'll take a seat. You should be all right. It's air-conditioned.
You cannot use confidential information like that.
Oh? Don't you think it's wise to save the PCT from such a disastrous appointment?
This is confidential. Strictly confidential.
You're missing the point, Julia. You can't accuse me of anything because you have no evidence. This girl will be interviewed and then rejected. No reason given.
Oh, and how are you supposed to know all this about her?
I heard it on the grapevine. Simple as that. No one will question me.
It would be completely unethical of you to...
It would be extremely imprudent of me not to act on what I've learnt for the sake of the PCT. And I might add, I'd have no hesitation in suing anyone who even hinted that I'd behaved improperly.
So Barbara's got the operation.
Yeah, and Alf hasn't, which seems odd.
I told him I'd ask a few questions on his behalf.
Are you sure that's wise?
Well, I don't know. I could do a comparison of the two cases. No names or anything. Maybe there's something St. Phil's overlooked.
This isn't going to get his hopes up again, is it? You don't want to make things worse.
I have to try. I owe it to Alf.
You'll need to file these away again, and these.
Is that everything?
It is. You've got copies of the confidentiality documents, I assume?
I have, yes.
Good, good. Right then, I'll pack my things and be on my way. Nothing more to say, Julia?
I've tried appealing to your better nature. You clearly don't have one. You know, I think slugs have crawled out of prehistoric slime more morally developed than you are.
I think you might have just blown your chances with Eric.
Oh.
What's that?
Julia just told Eric Bird where to get off.
Why?
Oh, it just gets on my nerves.
I'm steering clear there.
Listen, don't say anything to Nick yet. Anisha's his patient.
Oh, he's going to have to know sometime. Eric's left his notebook.
Is that his personal notebook?
Mm. don't think he's written anything in it, do you?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Michelle, £2.64 owing. Coffee expenses.
Yeah, well, he does have one just like it. Well, from what you've got here, there's hardly anything between them. Alfred Burnage, Barbara Cross.
Not unless there's something we've missed that St. Phil's have picked up.
It might just be random, Jimmy.
Who's Barbara's consultant?
Well, I don't see how that's relevant.
Ferdinand Clark's the same as Alf.
Yes?
Are you on your own?
Why? Look, if Julia sent you in here...
Oh, no. She doesn't know I've come.
What's the matter?
Well, there are some things going on round here that I think you should know. Now, you do have influence, don't you? I mean, you could get things changed.
What things?
Just a minute. There are some people round here that wouldn't stop at looking through keyholes if they knew that I was on my own with you.
What?
Nothing. You have to laugh though, don't you?
Do you? Why?
About the biscuits.
What?
Well, I mean, they're doctors. They should be setting a good example. You should see the biscuits they pack away. They need telling.
Are you by any chance taking the mickey?
Me? Oh, no. No, Mr. Bird, I wouldn't know how.
All I'm saying is that we ask Ferdinand Clark.
Can't do that. That's so unprofessional. You're virtually saying his judgment's flawed.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, you can't do it, Jimmy. And would you stop saying we?
What, so we don't ask about Alf's operation just in case we find a consultant, is that it?
Look, he's examined both patients. What's to ask? He's not going to bow to pressure from Barbara or anyone else. You know that.
Miss Haig, would you like to come through now?
Or anyone else,
They're friends, Jimmy. That doesn't mean she's got any influence.
doesn't it?
Oh, I knew you'd get like this.
But she's pregnant with Barbara, and you said yourself you saw them laugh together this morning, and she doesn't like Alf. Not since he called her a witch doctor.
Look, Jimmy, that's not evidence. That's coincidence. I'm telling you now, don't do this.
If you think of anything else to say to you after your last outburst...
You left this behind?
No. I distinctly remember putting it in my bag after your receptionist came in. Let me see that. Just a minute. Wait there.
Is there a problem?
Don't get funny with me. You've got my private notebook, so hand it over.
Oh, you don't think I'm going to do that, do you?
What?
Well, I didn't come to give it back. I just came to tell you that you left it behind.
What are you up to? That book was on my desk.
Really? Well, then you better check your bag.
This is outrageous.
Whole sentences copied from patient notes. Now, I don't think the PCT is going to take too kindly to that.
You can't do this. You stole that.
No, it just got muddled with Donna's. I mean, you can make an official complaint if you like. Meanwhile, I'll hang on to this as insurance, shall I?
Miss Chowdhury, we're ready for you now.
All right. Yes.
You'll be all right. It's young Mr. Cottis. He's a sweetie. Oh, Mr. Bird, you're back.
Evidently.
This is Anisha. She's here for the interview.
Oh, pleased to meet you.
Yes, likewise.
Did you want a word with Mr. Cottis before we go in?
No, nothing to say. You go ahead.
Makes a change. Usually can't stop him yakking. Okay, let's go then.
You should have seen his face. He was speechless.
Well, I would have seen his face if you'd have let me take the book out to him.
Well, I had to do that. Anyway, we tossed for it.
Yes, I know, and I lost.
Someone had to distract Eric.
Well, you had the easy bit, believe me.
Distract Eric from what?
Oh, it was a bit hard to explain.
Hey, I was just about to call my next patient. If you want to cook word first?
It's all right, Dr. West, thanks. I just dropped in to say I got the job.
Well done.
Thank you.
Have you got a moment?
Yeah, sure. What can I do?
I'd like you to give Alf Burnage a call.
Why?
Well, he burnt his hand when he was ironing.
Well, he's got a problem. He can call him then, can't he?
Yeah, I know, but
We're not expected to go running after them, are we?
I just thought we'd keep tabs on him. He's feeling a bit low at the moment, and...
I'll see him if he's got a genuine problem. I have to. But I'm not going round there to cheer him up. Silly old fool.
What?
He's an offensive old man. Yeah.
An offensive old man. That's Alf Burnage she's talking about.
I know.
She's marked his card.
That doesn't mean that she'll say anything to Ferdinand Clark.
No? Oh, come on, George, you heard her. She doesn't care who knows it. She's bound to have told him.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. And we have to do something about that, don't we?
BBC1's at the cutting edge of animal medicine tomorrow with the Super Vets at 7. Next today, Jessica's on the air with Murder, She Wrote.